What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing a special recipe. This is actually one of my favorite recipes of all time. This is my salmon with curry sauteed onions that take over an hour and a half to make. But don't worry, we're not going to worry about too much about the onions today. We're going to worry about the salmon recipe, all the ingredients I use, and we're going to do it today with brown rice. With that being said, let's get started. First you need your oils. Today I am using avocado oil. Then you get your black pepper. Next you get your paprika. After that you make sure you got your cayenne pepper. Have your oregano ready. Gotta make sure you have your lime ready to get some of that fishy smell out of the salmon and also give it a citrusy taste. Garlic for everything. I use garlic on everything, and I mean everything. Well, not everything, but you get what I mean. Onions, and more onions. I love onions, especially red onions. Tonight we are going to use organic brown rice, short grain. And finally, our salmon. I am going to use Norwegian Atlantic salmon. So the first thing I do, I start cutting my onions up in nice slices, very small. I actually cut my finger sharpening my knife today, so. Alright, now what I do is I get my onions nice and ready. Put them in my cast iron. As you guys can see, I love onions. Get them nice spread out. Once we get that, now we get your olive oil. And you just kind of evenly pour it all around. That's probably a lot more than you guys are used to, but I want my onions to be nice and sauteed. Start it up, nice and low. So this is what I use to make my onions. Curry powder, cumin powder, and chili powder. Just pour a little bit of the chili. You don't want to get it too spicy. Then you want to pour a little bit of that cumin. And you want to pour a little bit of that curry. Look at that. You hear up with the microphone, you can already hear it sizzling, right? Make sure it's nice and spread out evenly. Alright, so this is gonna sit here for about an hour and a half. So now I'm gonna get on the brown rice and the salmon. So I got my salmon. So just so you guys know why there's an extra piece here, so what I usually have the lady do at the ShopRite, usually slice a little bit extra for my dogs. They love salmon and it's really good for their coat. With that being said, the next step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash this salmon up nice and good, so it'll be nice and fresh. So now that the salmon is washed, I'm gonna cut up the lime. Use 2 pieces. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to make sure the salmon is nice and covered with lime. Alright, now it's time to season this bad boy up. The first thing I'm going to use is I'm going to cover it up with some black pepper. Then I'm going to use some oregano. then I am going to do some paprika. Once we got done with the paprika, we're gonna add the cayenne pepper, and then top it with some more of that lime juice. And that's all you need actually for your salmon. You don't want to over flavor it too much because we have so much onions with curry and brown rice, so we don't want to do too much. So that should be enough to get started. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do it on the other side as well, but I'll do that when I have it on the cast iron. So I'm coming back to check up on the onions, make sure they are going well. It looks like everything is good here. I always try to come back every 10 to 15 minutes just to move them around so they make sure that they're being cooked evenly. Checking up on the onions. So usually when we are about 1 hour into cooking, what I try to do is I try to get the garlic ready, break them up. When it comes to a big dish like this, I usually use about four. Four is enough. I start to break up those garlic. Put the garlic in here and just freshly squeeze. Look at that. So like I said, I forgot to hit record at that last video, so there's some extra garlic that I'm adding in just to show you guys, but it's all good. Can't go wrong with garlic, right? Here's some salmon for you like I promised. So what's up guys, it's about 15 minutes left. The onions are just about done. So what I do is I kind of move it towards the edge so I can make room for the salmon to sit right in the middle. The onions are perfect actually, they're perfect. Move it. And now all this right here is already oiled from the previous oiling that I did for the onion, so there's no need to add any more oil right here. So let me go grab that salmon. Alright guys, here is the salmon. It was marinated for about an hour and a half, so we should be good to go. I could leave that little piece right there and flip it over. Boom, there you go. So like I mentioned to you guys before, I'm also going to marinate some of this right here. Not too much, just a little bit. Here is some of the seasoning I just mixed up real quick. Boom. Alright, so about 15 minutes already passed by, so now I flip it over. That nice, perfect. Woo, perfect. So this is gonna be for about maybe, I'm gonna say 8 minutes. Look at that, looks nice and perfect. So let's leave it on for 8 minutes. Set my clock. Alright, the rice is done. Look at that. Brown rice, all done. So I have about 2 more minutes left, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it that last flip. Yep, that last one. Whoop. Oh, the skin came out, but it's all right. So the skin came out, but it's all right. Just throw it right on top of there. And now I'm gonna turn it off completely because now I'm just gonna let the steam do its thing. Alright guys, the salmon is done, the onions are done, the brown rice is done, so now I'm gonna serve myself. Looks amazing, doesn't it? Here it is guys, the final product. Let me know what you guys think.